Okay, good evening, everyone. Welcome, Hare Krishna. My name is Bhakti-yoga Sadhu Maharaj, your servant tonight. So we will now sing some introductory mantras, if you don't mind. It's called Mangala Charanam. Yamuna will explain which page and which song. And the text also is slightly different, so anyway, I'll sing the way we usually do. Jai Shishi Guru Guranga Gandarika Giridhari Radha Lalit Madhav Juki Jai Radharaman Bihari Radhavinath Bihari Radhanan Bihari Juki Jai Govinda Gopinath Madana Mahan Juki Jai Radha Damadara Dashyama Sundara Da Gokulananda Radharaman Juki Jai Krishna Balaram Maharaj Ki Jai Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Vishnupada Stutra Sata Shrimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai Om Vishnupada Stutra Sata Shrimad Bhaktivedanta Madhusudan Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai Krishna Vishnupada Shrimad Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai Krishna Vishnupada Shrimad Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Ki Jai Shrimad Govinda Maharaj Ki Jai Krishna Vishnupada Shrimad Bhakti Vaibhav Puri Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai Krishna Vishnupada Shrimad Bhakti Kamal Govinda Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai Nitil Krishna Vishnupada Stutra Sata Shrimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Param Bhagavad Srila Gaur Kishore Das Vaji Maharaj Ki Jai Satam Goswami Satchidananda Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur Ki Jai Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Vaji Maharaj Ki Jai Shri Rup Sanatan Bhakta Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopal Bhatta Das Raghunath Shad Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai Sarvabdhamadara Ramananda Dishi Gaur Parishada Vrinda Ki Jai Namacharya Shiva Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Prem se ko Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Shri Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai Samakta Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Om. Now please try to sing along in the songbooks. Yamuna, what is the page? Purushottam. In one of my bags, there's a long pointer. Understand? 1.5 meter pointer. One of the bags somewhere. Okay.
Which song Mangala Charanam?
Mangala Charanam. First page, and also in the brownish ones. Same first page, more or less. Yamuna, please make sure they see the text. Thank you. Okay, we hope you will be able to follow. 3, 4. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitamscha Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuranmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayani Namine Shri Krishna Lila Katane Sudaksham Audarya Madhurya Gunaishcha Yuktam Varam Varenyam Purusham Mahantam Narayanam Tvam Shirasa Namami Tridanyanam Bhakta Shiromanim Cha Shri Krishna Padabja Dhritaika Hridi Chaitanya Lilamrita Sarasaram Narayanam Tvam Satatam Prapadye Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swamini Tinamine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Vishnu Padaya Acharya Simharupine Shishimad Bhakti Pragyana Keshava iti namine Atimartya Charitraya Swashritanancha Paline Jiva Duke Sadartaya Srinama Premadaine Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati iti namine Shri Varshabhanavidevi Dayitaya Kripamde Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Dayine Prabhaye Namaha Madhurya Chola Premadya Shri Rupanuga Bhaktida Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namastute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtaye Dinatarine Rupanuga Virudapa Siddhanta Dvanta Harine Namo Gaura Kisharaya Sakshadvairagya Murtaye Vipralambara Sambudhi Padambujayate Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Swarupa Rupanugavaraya Gaura Virbhava Bhumestvam Nirdeshta Sajana Priyam Sarvabhauma Shri Jagannathaya Te Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Eva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaura Tvishe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurange Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jatam Surato Pango Mama Manda Matergati Matsarva Swapadam Bojo Radhamadana Mohanam Divya Dvrindaranya Kalpadrumadu Shrimat Ratnagara Simhasanasto Shri Shri Radha Shila Govinda Devo Preshtali Sevyamana Smarami Shriman Rasa Rasarambi Bamshi Bhata Tata Stiraha Karshan Venur Swanair Gopir Gopinata Shri Estuna Vrindaya Tulasidevi Priyaye Keshavasya Cha Krishna Bhakti Pradidevi Satyavatya Namo Namaha Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So thank you very much once again. Warm welcome. Hare Krishna. So I can see you're very experienced people in yoga and also in chanting mantras. So I think it's proper to sing one song for Sri Guru. Okay, I think you wouldn't refuse. Very, very nice melodious song, which is called Sri Guru Charana Padma. Probably some of you have heard. If not, it's a wonderful song by Srila Narottam Das Thakur, one of great acharyas in our line, Gaudiya Vaishnava line. So the pages, which there are two songbooks, so different pages. I have my electronic anyway. Okay, please take cartels, those who can play.
28.
Yamuna, you play kartals also.
182 in the other book.
Shri Guru. Are you ready? Okay. So we sing, first the leader sings, then the choir sings. This is one after another. It goes. It's called kirtan. You know kirtan? There's also yoga called kirtana yoga. You know that? The yoga of singing. Oh, somebody's coming also. Okay, let that person join in. Yeah. So, can anyone read the translation? You want to read the translation?
I can read from this, it might be slightly different.
Yeah, no problem. Take the mic.
The lotus feet of Sri Gurudev is the abode of pure devotional service. This translation is slightly Indian translation.
No problem.
I worship the lotus feet with great care, O brother. It is through the grace of Sri Guru that anyone can cross over this material existence and obtain the lotus feet of Sri Krishna. Let the teachings from the mouth of Gurudev mingle with your heart. Do not desire anything else. Attachment to the lotus feet of Sri Guru is the best means of spiritual progress. His mercy fulfills all desires for spiritual perfection. He is the master birth after birth, and he has given me the gift of transcendental vision. By his mercy, divine knowledge is revealed within the heart, bestowing prema bhakti and destroying ignorance. The Vedic scriptures sing of his character. O Gurudev, you are the ocean of mercy, friend of the fallen souls, teacher and life of everyone. O Master, be gracious unto me and give me shade of your lotus feet. I have surrendered at your feet. May your glories now spread throughout the three worlds.
Shila Gurudeva ki
Jai.
jai. Okay, so please try to follow. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakti Sadma. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakti Sadma. Bandamo Isavadana Mate. Bandamo Isavadana Mate. Bandamo Isavadana Mate. Bandamo Jakara prasade bhai bhavatariya jai. Jakara prasade bhai bhavatariya jai. Krishna prapti Krishna Prapti Krishna Prapti Krishna Prapti Chitte te kariya Guru Padma Vajja Chitte te kariya Harana karina mane asha Harana karina Harana kariha mane asha Harana kariha mane Shri Guru Charane Raji Samagati Jai Prasad Pure Sabha Asha Jai Prasad Pure Jai Prasad Pure Sarva Asha Jai Prasad Pure Sarva Chakuran Bade Jumne Chandri Prabhu Se Chakuran Divya Hriday Prakashita Divya Hriday Prakashita Prema Bhakti Jayate Adi Javi Nasha Jate Prema Bhakti Jayate Jate Vedegai Jamara Charita Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adama Janara Bandhu Guru Karuna Sindhu Adama Janara Bandhu Lokanath Lokera Jivana Lokanath Lokera Jivana Lokanath Lokera Jivana Lokanath Lokera Jivana Prabhu Kora Jaya De Hamare Pada Chaya Prabhu Kora Jaya De Prabhu Kora Jaya De Hamare Pada Chaya Prabhu Kora Jaya De Hamare Pada Chaya Tuva Pade Loino Sharana Jashe Gushe Tribhuvana Shiva Gurudev Patita Pavana Gurudev Patita Pavana Jaya Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev Gurudev Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare together. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaura Hari Go, Hari Go, Nitai Gaura Hari Go, Nitai Gaura Hari Go, Hari Go, Nitai Gaura Hari Go. Nitai Gaur Premanande, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Shri Gurudeva ki jai, Shri Rupanuga Gaudiya Guru Varga ki jai, Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande. Thank you so much. So, some invocation before speaking. Agyanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshuran Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Nama Gurave Gurachandraya Radhikaya Tadale Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namo Panchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyavacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Ananda Leelamaya Vigrahaya Mabadivichi Visuntaraya Smayara Naha Prema Rasa Pradaya Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste Nityananda Namastubhyam Premananda Pradayane Kalokalmashanashaya Jannavapataye Namaha Ajanalambita Bujo Kanakavadato Sankirtanaya Kapitaro Kamalayataksham Vishwambaro Dvijavaro Jugadarme Palo Vande Jagat Priya Karo Karunavataram Kanakajala Dagatro Nilashonab Janetro Mragamadavaravalo Malatikundamala Taralataru Navesham Nilapitambaresho Smaranibhrita Nikunje Radhika Krishna Chandro Tavaivasmi Najivami Tvaya Vina Iti Vigyaya Radhe Tvam Nayamam Charanantike Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Kleshodikaratas Tesham Avyakta Sakta Chetasam Avyakta Hi Gatir Dukham Dehanadbhir Avapyate. And together Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you so much. So before speaking, my unlimited Dandavat pranams to the lotus feet of Shiva Gurudev, Nityalila Pravishta. Om Vishnupada Astotra Sata Shishimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. My respected Shiksha Gurus, instructing spiritual masters, as well as Rupanuga Gaudiya Guru Varga, the line of disciplic succession, coming all the way from Srila Rupa Goswami. Also to dear devotees and friends here at Uxfield, isn't it? Yoga Studio, and also to those who are watching us online, Dandavat Pranam. So I'm very happy to be back in England after 2 years, and very happy at once to meet some people who love yoga and love practice yoga. It's very important. So today we will share something about Bhakti, the wonderful practice of Bhakti-yoga. What is Bhakti? Bhakti comes from the Sanskrit root bhaja, which means to worship, to adore. And Bhakti actually means love. So we're searching for love in this world, quite unsuccessfully, aren't we? You know very well that it's very hard to find, and really, to be honest with you, not possible to find real love, because real love is spiritual. So spiritual love comes from spiritual world. So today we'll hear together something about spiritual world and the nature of spiritual world. It's for that reason we brought this map of cosmology, you can see. So we'll tell something about what's in there, and what sphere corresponds to what, and where we are, and where we're supposed to go by the process of Bhakti-yoga. So in this world, love is corrupted. It is called kama. In British English, you say karma, it sounds like karma. So very difficult to mix two words. Karma, which is activity, karma, British English, karma. And the same karma means lust, or desire for exploitation of the powers of material nature. It's also karma. So when I say karma, I will say in Sanskrit so that you can hear. Otherwise, karma means the desire for exploitation, the desire for sensual pleasure, which is very fickle and doesn't give any satisfaction for the soul. You remember that song, can get no satisfaction, and I try, but still I can get no. A very good thing to remember as you come to the origin of to the country of the origin of the soul song. Okay, so there's no satisfaction here, and therefore those people who are disappointed in karma, in activity, they look towards jnana, towards spiritual knowledge. Has any one of you read Bhagavad Gita? Probably many of you have. Have you? Bhagavad Gita? Have you heard?
Yeah.
Many of you have. But has anyone read any edition? No? Okay, some extracts, some verses. Okay, very, very good. So we'll look into Bhagavad Gita as well today. So the body of literature we're taking as our greatest authority is Vedic knowledge, Vedic. So I come from more or less Slavic world. I'm from Lithuania, but from a Russian family. So Vedать in Russian means Veda means znать, means to know. So Veda means knowledge. And in many Indo-European languages, there's common root for that. So the knowledge is given in the Vedas. So when we're disappointed in the material world and its different objects, then we go to the knowledge section. And the knowledge is given in the Vedas. So Vedas are the highest authority. In India, serious people, if they want to make some statement, they substantiate that with some quotation from the Vedas. Hey, why do you say this? Where is it stated in the Vedas? Please prove, please quote. So it's a very important principle. And there are debates. Oh, in one part of the Vedas it's said like this, and in the other part it's said like this. Oh, actually, what is said there, the interpretation should be like this. Oh no, according to that commentary, the interpretation is quite the opposite. So sometimes it's quite confusing. And so those people who are disappointed in karma, in the activity, they become jnanis, they become wise men. So in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavad Gita is a revelation of Krishna towards for his friend Arjun, one of the 5 Pandava brothers. Has anyone watched Mahabharata? No? You? Okay, no. Good boy. Good boy. Mahabharata, the Indian epic, the great Indian epic. So there are 5 Pandava brothers. There were 5 Pandava brothers, the great warriors. So one of them, Arjun, was very, very special because he was a very, very great recipient of the mercy of the Supreme Lord, Krishna. So Krishna is Supreme Lord, but he came in the form of an ordinary human, playing the role. So in the battlefield, there was a huge, huge battlefield long, long ago at Kurukshetra battlefield. If you visit India, please visit Kurukshetra field. So it's a very, very significant place. So he told the whole story about the soul and about different types of yoga in the 18th chapter and the 18th chapters of Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavat means the divine and Gita means song, the divine song. So Bhagavad Gita is a part of Mahabharata. Maha means great and Bharata means India. Mahabharata means great India. So in Bhagavad Gita, the main knowledge is given in a concentrated form. So it's like a short encyclopedic dictionary for the human race. So through Arjuna, Krishna gave that knowledge to everyone. Not only he gave knowledge, he gave revelation to Arjuna, showing his universal form. It's a great, great part of Bhagavad Gita. So formerly, Arjuna was considering Krishna a mere friend, but now he saw thousands and thousands of faces, thousands of tongues, and fire emanating from the mouths, and he saw all the planets, all the luminaries, all the great demigods, all the great sages, all the great demons, the nagas. Nagas means snakes, and so many, like everything he saw. And then he knelt down and said, "Oh, I was calling you a friend in a very, how to say, disrespectful way. I'm feeling so much repentful." So he was really regretting. But then Krishna again assumed human form as before. And at the end of Bhagavad Gita, he gave the most confidential knowledge about which we'll talk today. And yeah, so people seek knowledge. Back to our subject, why we mentioned the Vedas and Mahabharata and Bhagavad Gita. So people seek knowledge. And those who seek knowledge, they, after many, many years of practicing knowledge, they understand that the essence of all knowledge is bhakti, or devotional service, the yoga of love. There's an intermediate level also called dhyana. Dhyana means meditation. Dhyana. The yogis who engage in eightfold yoga system, you know that, so from yam niyam towards samadhi. Okay, on mic today requires some physical strength. Right, so no problem. Yes, so they invest a lot of energy and a lot of time for knowing the soul, Atma. And the best of them, they seek to know Paramatma, or the super soul. So individual souls are we. We're individual souls, like spark of the flame, great flame. And there's a super soul, Paramatma, within everyone's heart. So each individual soul wants to know the super soul, Paramatma. In the Vedic scriptures, there's an example of two birds sitting on two branches of the same tree. So the tree represents the body. And on one branch, there's a soul, the first bird, which is engaged in so many activities. Means pecking many, many fruits, some sweet and some bitter, of the same tree. Sometimes sweet fruits, sometimes bitter fruits, sometimes you get $1 million, sometimes somebody throws a stone at you, so you get a bump, etc. So sweet and bitter fruits. And the other the other bird, which is the super soul, or the representative of the Supreme Lord in every heart, is just watching silently the activities of the first bird, just watching. And when the first bird is dissatisfied with constant pecking, constant happiness and distress, which come like waves, today I'm happy, tomorrow unhappy. So then in utter dissatisfaction, the first bird starts looking towards the second bird. Oh Lord, please help me. So that's the cry of the Atma, of the soul. So then Paramatma, the super soul, starts being very, very friendly towards the first soul, the individual soul, and stops being neutral. Then the Lord is actively helping us. In fact, the Lord, as super soul, helping everyone, in different ways. If you want to discover something, like as a scientist, the super soul helps you from within. If you want to create a nice masterpiece of art, then the super soul helps. If you want to find something in this life, in this world, super soul helps. If you're a thief and you want to steal something, super soul helps you. Oh, that balcony is not closed. If you're a dog, you want to find a bone, then super soul helps. Okay, dog's mission fulfilled. Dog is very happy, right? So many desires living entities have, and the super soul is helping to fulfill those desires. So the yogis, they strive towards Atma, but they can establish only neutral relationship with of the Atma with Paramatma, or with relationship of individual soul with super soul, only neutral. That's a trance, that's true, yogic trance, but the relationship is quite neutral. As we say in Bhakti terms, there is no rasa in it. Now, what is rasa? Rasa means mellow, this term, introduced by one of our teachers, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, means ecstatic, deep, and very saturated taste. So that taste constitutes bhakti, or devotional service, right? For example, you can know something about the sun, right? You're walking under the sun is shining every day, according to schedules, rises and sets, and you see the sun, and you sometimes, in Britain not so often, but sometimes you do sunbathing. we did some today, passive. Anyway, so, and you can go to, what's that called? The buses go there. What's the name? Brighton, because it's very bright there. And you can find some sun rays, right? And you can get some 15 minutes of sun every hour, maybe. Then again, it's disappearing. So anyway, some people know about the sun, they walk under the sun. So walking under the sun in a passive way is quite boring, isn't it? So you may want to know about the sun, so you can become a jnani. You can go to university and study the nature of the sun, the nature of the rays, the nature of the whatever there in the surface, whatever the scientists know. And also, you don't consider it enough. So then you know from devotional scriptures that there's a demigod called Vivaswan, who is the deity of the sun planet. Surya, otherwise, he's called. Oh, so let's investigate how to get in touch with that demigod and what we can gain. Oh, we can gain health. Very good. If you worship Surya, Surya Namaskar, and so many other ways, you can go and offer something to him. Then you will become very healthy and very happy. So in that same way, there's a devotional factor. So you establish those relationships with the sun deity. So in that same way, if we take the whole structure of the spiritual world, as you can see here, oh my God, the planet's called Vaikuntha. Vai means without, and Kuntha means suffering. So this world, which is depicted here, is completely transcendental. Transcendental means outside of the scope of this material atmosphere, which is typical for material world. So this is material world with many, many universes. This is one of the universes. We live here, more or less. 14 planetary systems. Here we are on the 8th level, Bhurloka. It's called Bhurloka according to Vedic cosmology. So from here, we can know something about spiritual world from the Vedic scriptures and from Sri Guru, spiritual master, who is fully established in the reality of spiritual world. So Sri Guru, or bona fide spiritual master, is the greatest of yogis. Why? Because he has known the nature of spiritual world. And the nature of spiritual world is what? Bhakti-yoga. Bhakti means devotional service. All the residents of spiritual world in different planets. Here are Vaikuntha planets, for example. Here's Ayodhya, the planet of Lord Ramachandra, and here's Krishna Loka of 4 parts, Dwaraka, Mathura, Goloka, and Vraj, the planet of Krishna. So over there, in spiritual world, all the residents are very happily engaged in constant devotional service in their spiritual bodies. So Vedic scriptures tell us that right now we're having material bodies. Material bodies, they consist of 2 parts, gross and subtle. So gross bodies consist of 5 elements, ether, air, fire, earth, water, earth. Yes. So, and then subtle body consists of mind, intelligence, ego, and Finally, spiritual body is there, but spiritual body is not manifest. Therefore, we don't know anything about spiritual world. Moreover, we've never been there. That's a very separate topic, why and how. We've never been there because our position is in between the spiritual and material world. We come from tatastha, or from the marginal level. That's why we know something about spirituality, and we tend to go towards spirituality on one hand. On the other hand, we don't know the nature of spiritual world because we've never been there. So then, what is Bhakti Yoga all about if we've never been there? And that's our home, you can ask. Like we're telling you that with the means of Bhakti Yoga, we can go from here, material world, all the way. You see that line? That line consists of the holy names. Especially Hare Krishna Mahamantra is so prominent in this Kali Yuga, in this age of quarrel and hypocrisy, the Iron Age. Have you heard Kali Yuga? Have you? Yeah. Satya, Treta, Dvapara, Kali, those ages, they repeat in the same way as morning, daytime, evening, and night, they repeat. So Kali Yuga is very short, but in Kali Yuga there is no other way than chanting of the holy name. In the previous ages, there were different other processes. Meditation and yoga, they were typical for Satya Yuga, the Satya Yogic practice, the golden age. Then in Satya Yuga there was no sin. Imagine society without sin. Nice. Now sin is a norm of life. But then there was no sin. Then some sin manifested in the Silver Age and Treta Yuga. So the most prominent method became yajna, or fire sacrifice. So in fire sacrifice, people were able to achieve so much, so many results. But the people were so much spiritual still. Then Dvapara Yuga came, Copper Age. In Dvapara Yuga, the main method for achieving perfection became what? Deity worship. So that's why we worship deities even now. Yeah. Deities in our temple in Vrindavan. But that's important part, but not of utmost importance. The highest importance is with the chanting of the holy name in this Kali Yuga, because in Kali Yuga people are very, very degraded. Manda, Sumanda, Matayo, Manda Bhagya, Upadrita. They're very lazy, don't know what is right and what is wrong, deprived of all good fortune, and moreover, always, always disturbed. That's reality, you can see. You go out in the street and try to say something to someone about yoga. They will say, what's that? It's not for me, or that's, too high for me, or you're wasting time, something they will say. Because people are into rough types of sense enjoyment, so it's norm of life. So that's the context. Just turn on something and see what's going on. So that's why the highest process of yoga during Kali Yuga is bhakti, which is loving devotional service. The most important part in bhakti is mantra yoga, or chanting of the spiritual sound vibration. Mantra. Man means mind. Tra means trayate, means to purify. Purifying the mind. Yeah. The mind is filled with all kinds of impressions. In the chitta, from Yoga Sutras, those vrittis in chitta, different waves, creating different impressions in the mind. It's like a memory in computer, where you've gone, what you've seen, everything's recorded. As a result, a person may be good, kind-hearted, but maybe not inclined towards stable practice, because no good impressions. So, okay, trying again and again, praying again and again for strength, for stability, it will come. So bhakti is universal practice, and bhakti is actually supportive for all kinds of other practices. So even in your yoga practice, which is mostly Patanjali system, isn't it? You need bhakti so much. That's why we came. That's why we're trying to help everyone, ourselves also, because it's very good for us to practice together with different kinds of people. So today we will see something from Bhagavad Gita, specifically from the very short and instructive 12th chapter, which is called Bhakti-yoga. So in Bhagavad Gita, there are 18 chapters. Arjuna heard instructions of Krishna in a very systematic way. So Bhagavad Gita is divided actually into 3 parts. The first part is dedicated to karma yoga. Karma means activity, the yoga of activity. First 6 chapters dominated by instructions on karma yoga. The last 6 chapters dedicated to jnana, mostly knowledge. Jnana, jnana you can say, but jnana is like, our school is Bengali, so we say jnana because they pronounce like this. And then these are like 2 external parts of the book. And the internal part, the core of the book, the 6 chapters, 7th to 12th, is the science of Bhakti yoga. And also Dhyana yoga is there in the 6 chapters in addition. Dhyana means meditation. So meditation is good. We perform meditation also. We chant in Bhakti, we chant our Gayatris, we remember Vrindavan, a lot of types of meditation we do. So we use all those yogas, the 4 main yogas. So once again, Karma yoga, the yoga of activity, Jnana yoga, the yoga of knowledge, Dhyana yoga, or the yoga of meditation, and Bhakti yoga is the yoga of loving devotional service. So actually these 4 types of yoga, they constitute a ladder which leads towards perfection. On the very first stage, we're engaging ourselves in karma yoga, in the yoga of activities. Because, well, we come from the world of karma. In this material world, there's a lot of different karma going on. Oh my God. Will you listen to me today? All right, no problem, no problem. Don't worry. I'll sometimes make it up. So, a lot of activities. By the way, there are 5 factors which are predominant in this material world. 5 factors. What are they? The Supreme Lord, he's transcendental and he's the creator of the material world anyway. So Ishvara. So the jiva, or living entity, the jivas. We are the jivas. The second factor. Then what? Material energy covering us. Yeah. That's why we're thinking, I'm Mr. John Smith, I'm this and that, I'm great, I'm poor, I'm happy, I'm unhappy, I'm this and that, I'm rich, and all those things. So Prakriti, Kala, the time, and Karma, activity. So these 5. Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, Kala, Karma. Remember, Purushottam? Okay, Ishvara means Supreme Lord. Jiva means living entity. Prakriti means material energy. Kala means time. And Karma, activity. Yeah. So these last 3, they are typical for material world. There's a world of time and space, material world. So material energy covers everything. And karma, activities which bear some other activities in the form of results of the previous activities. So all that circle is going on and on and on in this material world. So therefore, since karma is there, and karma is the leading principle, yoga is needed to be added for that karma. Otherwise, we stay karmis, we stay, workers, right? Like unsuccessful businessmen, you know, saying, we've done a lot of work, so, but gain is nothing, right? You're working something, or maybe nothing even, you get. So yoga is needed, because yoga means what? Join, the English word join, a junction, union also, is coming from that root. Yoga means to join. So we need to join with the Lord in our activity, in our daily activity. So how to do that? Which is dedicate the results of the activity towards the Lord. How to do? Well, there are 2 types, Sakam Karma Yoga and Nishkam. Sakam means with the desire for fruit. For example, I have a garden and I grow some apple trees. I grow some, I don't know what else grows here, but not much. Right? Most things are quite leafy and interseasonal. Right? Anyway, I offer that to the Lord, to some temple, to some community of spiritual people. I offer. So this is called karma yoga. But since I desire results, I know that I will have some gain, then I offer that. But that's not perfect, because it still gives you some karmic debts, and you get good results as a subsequence. But real karma yoga is nishkam, means without any material expectation. I just do it for the Lord because He's absolute, and I know He will be happy, and when He'll be happy, then I'll be happy, definitely. So that is called nishkam karma yoga, or yoga of activity without any material expectation, nothing in exchange. So as a result, mighty purification will come, and the person will get causeless knowledge. Causeless knowledge. And most significantly, one can get bhakti, or devotional service. So when Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada, he translated Bhagavad Gita and called it as it is. He was translating directly karma yoga as activities in Krishna consciousness. He was calling it directly. Like, some people were doubtful. Why? But actually that is so. To call things their proper names. Karma yoga means actually bhakti yoga. Why not? So you offer it to the Supreme, and as a result you perform devotional service. First with some expectation, then without any expectation. And you get causeless knowledge. You become knowledgeable about what? The soul, and the relationship of the soul with the super soul. So that's basically jnana. We say in Bhakti terms, tat padartha jnana, tvam padartha jnana means knowledge of you, knowledge of him, knowledge of you, and knowledge of your relationship. That's it. All right. So that is called causeless knowledge. It's causeless. It comes like mercy, right? When you perform some activity selflessly for the Supreme, then you get causeless knowledge, and you get devotional service. And then in devotional service, you can develop even more. Right? You can grow in the field of rasa, in the ecstatic relationship with the Lord. So that's very, very amazing world, which is really endless, because spiritual world is really endless. So when you start feeling the endless nature of material world here, spiritual world here in material world, then material world stops existing for you. You become fully spiritual because you start realizing your spiritual body. Now our spiritual body is in the form of a seed, right? Like, for example, an oak seed, which is acorn. Yeah, you can see some local trees, also Indian trees like banyan, for example, or some bitter corella, something. So there are seeds, and the gardener knows for sure what kind of seed that is. So that gardener is Shri Guru. So Guru sees every living being. The spiritually realized person sees the nature of every soul and the tendency of every soul to develop. So the tendency of every soul is completely spiritual. Our essence is completely spiritual. So we have to develop towards spiritual world where everyone is spiritual. In this material world, we think, I am my body, more or less. And in spiritual world, they are also thinking, I am my body. But their thinking is completely true, because they are their bodies. They're completely spiritual. All the residents of spiritual world, they're serving Narayan. Here is Narayan, Lakshmi Narayan. They're serving Sitaram, and they have bodies fit for that. And here they serve Radha and Krishna. So their bodies are also ideally fit for that they are their bodies. But we're thinking, I am this body right now, but that's completely wrong. We're not our bodies. We have to realize. How to realize? In the process of bhakti. In the process of transcendental bhakti. So the process of bhakti is very, very sweet. And it's completely captivating, completely capturing the soul. So our Gurudev Shishimat Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj was telling us that I want to take your hearts in my pockets. He was saying this. His Sri Guru is actually a thief, a heart thief. Krishna is butter thief. You know, Krishna was stealing butter. You know that? Have you heard? But Guru is stealing the hearts. He's stealing the hearts. And we were coming to Srila Gurudev's festivals in Europe and Russia and India so many years. And I was very lucky. 11 years I was with Srila Gurudev. Well, he was on the planet. He left at the end of 2010. So he was just so attractive that everybody was completely, what to say, everyone's heart was stolen, fully stolen. Even new people say, oh, he's so nice. Like completely new people have nothing to do with even vegetarianism or to speak of any yoga, etc. Oh, he's so beautiful, like this. Everybody was saying. And one word from such a person, one word, costs, I don't know, lifetimes of practice, because that's benediction. And if that person, you know, like our Gurudev, he was meeting our devotees with their children, you know, and he was blessing the children, like patting on the heads, like, have Krishna Bhakti, like this. So a matter of time, the Bhakti will come, because the pure representative of the Supreme Lord, who is always in contact with him in a very, very deep way, such association is just so amazing. So Srila Gurudev was giving those blessings, and we could see ourselves change. So the purpose of this seminar is pure practice. There's nothing theoretical. You know, we just came to share our humble experience. Also, I want to share that secret that everything in this yoga depends on the association. If you are under the guidance of pure spiritual master, who is spiritually realized and the residents of spiritual world, and everything is like as if you're entering a lift. It takes you maybe 10 seconds before you're on the, I don't know, 100th floor or something. Depends on the height of the building. So very, very fast you can move, like a rocket, you know. So entering Bhakti-yoga under the guidance of Sri Guru, of true spiritual master, is like entering a rocket. So welcome to the rocket. We're just, how to say, postmen. We're inviting. You know, I'm nothing. I have no spiritual nothing, no spiritual credit. But my Gurudev, you know, and my Shiksha Gurudev, my instructing spiritual master under whose guidance we're now in Vrindavan in India, they can attract everyone's heart. Doesn't matter who you are. If you're practicing, not practicing, if you're personalist, impersonalist, there are different groups, I know. But that's completely international, because I'll say soul-lational, because it's for every soul, not nation, but the type of the soul, like, okay, the experience of the soul, the tendency of the soul, the interest of the soul, I mean that. The soul is fully transcendental, but covered by some conceptions, you know, right conceptions, wrong conceptions, personal conception, impersonal conception. Somebody's thinking Supreme Lord is a person, somebody's thinking it's an impersonal light. There are different angles of vision, we know. But Sri Guru sees everyone as the factical Atma of the Supreme Entity and attracting everyone, because we are all persons, that's true. And the Supreme Lord is also personal, but he's, as it's said in the Vedas, Nityo Nityanam Chetanash Chetananam. There's an aphorism. Nityo Nityanam means he's the highest eternal amongst many eternals. And he's the highest cognizant being amongst many cognizant beings. So he is the Supreme Personality. We're small personalities, we're Anuchaitanya. Anuchaitanya means having very meager, size. Conscious beings having many very meager size, like sparks. And he's the supreme fire. So the sparks are emanating from the supreme fire, and every spark has a potential to create fire, you see. So we have to create fire in ourselves and around us. Then, okay, will be warmth and light and everything. The fire is good, you know. In spiritual sense, there's not too much fire. Otherwise, you know, spiritual, material world is compared to burning forest fire, on the other hand. Right? So that forest fire has to be extinguished. But Sri Guru comes as a transcendental fireman and extinguishes the burning fire of material existence. So material existence torches everyone, like torturing, you know, suffering, giving so much suffering. Your country is well-to-do. It's a bit difficult to say that you are suffering. You people are suffering with your great social system, with your bonuses, with your care of such and such. You know, in the poorer parts of the world, it's much easier to say to people that, hey, you are suffering. They believe it, you know. But sometimes it's hard to believe that, oh, we're suffering. We have so much money, we have so much facility, we have this, that, this, that, this, that. Still suffering is there. Inevitable. So since you're spiritual people, I'm speaking bravely because you know. So there's a reason why you're practicing yoga. I know it's not only because self-interest, like, oh, I want to be healthy, I want to be beautiful, but no, there's something else. Because you have spiritual interest. Because through yoga, you gain that spiritual interest. Like when I was young, my mother was practicing yoga back in the 70s. It was still Soviet Union then. She was going to the forest and sitting on the asana and practicing yoga. You know. And then she came to so much spiritual interest in life. So then she became a staunch Christian. After I became Hare Krishna, she became Christian. So we, how to say, divided according to interests. But she was always having so much respect for me, and also mutual, but we were not so close because of difference of the traditions. But I mean that through yoga you can get so much spiritual interest. Because through doing yoga, you're getting in touch with the soul. And the soul is, through the process of yoga, directed towards the contact with the super soul. You know. So now, okay, closer to finally our subject, if you don't mind. And our subject is the Bhakti-yoga section of Bhagavad Gita, the 12th chapter, which is very short, will not keep you long. Only 20 verses. So in the 6th chapter, Krishna is saying to Arjuna about the yoga of meditation, dhyana yoga. And at the end, he makes a conclusion. Yoginama pisarvesham edgantirantaramat atmana shraddhavan bhajate yamam sayukta tamomataha. Amongst all the yogis, one who is with staunch faith, serving me with all the body, mind, and words, his body, mind, and words, is the best of all yogis. So that's the conclusion. All right? So Arjuna remembered that, and he could understand, oh, Krishna is speaking about himself, and Krishna is a person. But in some other parts of the chapters before 12th, Krishna is speaking something about impersonal feature as well. His impersonal feature. He's speaking about Brahma Samadhi, about the melting in Brahman. Brahman means, here you can see, Brahma Jyoti. Jyoti means light. Brahma means absolute truth. So here the light of the absolute truth, the rays. So those rays that are coming, according to all Vedic scriptures, from the highest planet, from this lotus you can see, Krishna Loka or Goloka Vrindavana. So the light is coming down. And the yogis, they can see that light, white light. Have you seen white light in your meditation? I think you have. Yeah, so it's quite easy for us because we come from that area, actually. Actually, we're particles of that light, that's true. The souls, individual souls, they're parts of Brahma Jyoti, that's true. They evolve from there, according to our acharyas, our holy masters. But every soul has some higher potential that even Brahma Jyoti, or the light of the Brahman, can contain. Right? So we have a potential for developing Bhakti Rasa. Or Rasa means, remember this word I mentioned, I also use terms bravely because you've read some literature. So Rasa means relationship, transcendental relationship, so in Bhakti, in devotional service. So we have come from there, from that area, through the glance of Mahavishnu, And through his glance, we were put into this material atmosphere. So we were serving as an impregnating agent, actually, because through the contact with material energy, with the help of the factor of the jiva, or living entity, all the material energy became alive. Yeah, so that was the, how to say, creative impetus, we can say. So everything is alive, everything is moving here, everything is growing, grass is growing, body is growing, nails are growing, hairs are growing. How? We don't know, but it's going on, really. Scientists are trying to prove how it comes, you know, through chemicals, through this reaction, that reaction, blah, 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 blah. They're saying there are things, what we know, spiritualists we know. The root is certainly spiritual. They don't know how. The best scientists, they become religious people, you know that. Some staunch, they still refuse, they don't want. But most of them, they like sincere scientists, they must become religious. So many are reading Vedas secretly. Einstein was reading, so many of them, many of them. Einstein was, how to say, adoring Bhagavad Gita so much. So there are two classes of transcendentalists: personalists and impersonalists. So impersonalists, they say, the impersonal factor of the Brahma Jyoti, that impersonal light, is the first, and the personal factor is second. And personal type of transcendentalists, they say the opposite. The personal factor is the first, and the impersonal is the second, like the sun, planet, and the sunlight. So let us now see what Krishna is really saying to Arjuna. So, having heard some seemingly contradictory statements by his friend Krishna, Arjuna was a bit perplexed. What is the actual truth? So Arjuna said, according to your early explanation, there are devotees endowed with firm faith who continuously engage in the worship of your personal form, Shyama Sundar. Krishna is Shyama Sundar, means wonderful youth of the color of the fresh rain cloud. Fresh rain cloud, Shyama Sundar. Shyama means darkish complexion. Sundar means beautiful. So worship your Shyama Sundar form. And these are also those who worship the impersonal feature. Those who worship impersonal feature are the second group. Personalist, impersonalist. Of these two, who is superior in knowledge of yoga? He's asking. So Sri Bhagavan Vacha, the Supreme Lord said, Mayye Vishyamayo Yemam Nitya Yukta Upasate Shraddhaya Parapatitas Teme Yukta Tamomataha. Sri Bhagavan, Supreme Lord said, those yogis whose faith is transcendental, or beyond the three binding influences of material nature, you know those three forces? Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, goodness, passion, ignorance. Have you heard? Okay, so anything we contact in this world are covered with those three principles: goodness, passion, ignorance. So many phenomena in this world, and all of them are within the scope of those three, either or combination. For example, food. We're vegetarians. We don't take any product of killing, because they are tamasic. They belong to the lower energy. They belong to ignorance. So anything which is fresh and giving you health, giving you long life, giving you wisdom and impetus for spiritual activity is sattvic, or of the mode of goodness. Anything which, any food which provokes passion, so too spicy, too bitter, too sweet, too anything too. So that creates passion. So become like this. And then the third one is tamasic food, food which provokes ignorance. alcohol, all types of intoxication, and all types of killing products, including fish and eggs and everything. So we avoid, because it creates madness. People become just mad. Yeah, so Krishna continues. So those who beyond three binding influences material nature, and who fixing their mind on my Shama Sundara form, constantly worship me with exclusive devotion, are the best amongst those conversant with the science of yoga. This is my opinion. So Krishna is saying himself that those who are devoted to me and who are transcendently situated on the platform of spiritual world, having traversed the influence of the three binding forces, the three gunas, goodness, passion, ignorance, they are the best of the yogis. He's confirming what he's said at the end of the 6th chapter. He's saying further, but those who worship my indescribable, unmanifest, all-pervading, inconceivable, immutable, eternal, and featureless Brahma Swarupa, or the impersonal effulgence, while controlling their senses, maintaining equal vision in all situations, and engaging in activities for the welfare of all beings, also attain me alone. That's true. They attain. But they attain impersonal feature. So what is best? Now Krishna will tell. Those whose minds are attached to the impersonal feature experience great difficulty. Klesha adhikaras tesham avyakta sakta chetasam avyakta hi gatir dukkam deva vadhir avapyati. They experienced great difficulty. Great difficulty. Why? Because for those who identify with the body with the self, it is difficult to develop steadiness in something that is not manifest. Very difficult. But if something is very difficult, there's a question. Is there an easier path? It's a natural question, isn't it? Bhakti is easy, or devotion to the personal feature is easier, but not only easier, more natural. More natural, right? In the same way as you can study the sun, right, in the university. That's very difficult because you don't know anything about the sun. So to go taking the, how to say, inductive path, by so many attempts and disappointments, it's not guaranteed that you will reach the goal successfully. But if the sun god, Vivasvan or Surya, discloses himself to you by giving his mercy, by giving you good health, but giving you causeless knowledge about him, then you will definitely know who he is, and you will become healthy and wealthy and happy. Not by your endeavors, but by his mercy. So the nature of bhakti is like this. By his mercy, everything is coming. We make our endeavors, that's true. But our endeavors, they go in the line of his mercy. He's giving mercy, and as a result, we become devoted to him. Our hearts are captured. So that is called bhakti. In spiritual world, the residents of all spiritual abodes are having spontaneous attraction towards the Supreme Lord. That is called bhakti rasa. That is called raga also. Raga means spontaneous attraction. Like colored glass, it's called. When the glass is produced in a factory, it's already red or already green or blue, any color. No need to dye it, because the color is already there. So in that same way, the residents of spiritual world are spontaneously devoted to Krishna, spontaneously. They don't even know that this material world, which is covered with ignorance, and there are so many souls who are suffering here. So we're talking from the position of our existence here. We're suffering, always suffering. We don't know. We want to know, and then material energy beats us. Oh, not for you, not now, cannot go. So we go, oh, wait a minute. So I need some mercy of some higher source. So that's why naturally we become devoted. So much naturally we become devoted. And then by devotion, being brought by the Guru, Sri Guru, to a spiritual realm, we become the same as the eternal residents of spiritual world. So Guru gives us transcendental knowledge, transcendental information about the nature of the service the eternal residents of spiritual world perform. That is why Bhakti-yoga is completely transcendental. Anyway, all yogas are, actually, more or less. But Bhakti is the queen of all the yogas, really. That's why Krishna is saying here, please listen, in the 12th chapter, further on, he's saying, but to those who dedicate all their actions to me, in order to attain me, or Arjuna, absorbing themselves exclusively in worship of me with unalloyed devotion, I award swift deliverance from the ocean of the birth and death. See? Swift. So here we're floating in the ocean, right now, of birth and death. We're thinking that's so significant, that every part of my life has so much sense and so much, how to say, significance, but actually it goes like this. Birth, death, birth, death, birth, death, going up, again. When I was a young child, they were taking me to kids' cafe. You know, there was a squirrel running. The squirrel was thinking that she was very, very significant, so running in the circle. I'm doing nice job. I'm doing great, but running nowhere. Really, there's no distance, like standing in one place, practically. So we're like this. Birth, death, old age, disease, marriage, divorce, no, the old age, disease, work, home, homework, death, life. I can't let it. Like this. Horrible things. You know, in Srimad Bhagavatam, there's a description about sufferings of the soul within the womb of the mother, the shock of the birth. Everything is described there. It's a separate subject, not for today, but if you like, please come. We'll tell you more. A few more days here. Not far from here. So, yeah, so Krishna is saying here what? For those who just absorb themselves exclusively in the worship of me, I give swift deliverance, you know? So we just come to Krishna and say, listen, Krishna, I love you. I want to surrender to you. Okay, I'll give you swift deliverance. You see these things we're having? That's a symbol, sikha, that Krishna will extract from spiritual world, from material world to spiritual world. It's like an antenna. So we develop our spiritual bodies very, very fast. Now, coming back to the practice of bhakti, what is the main practice? We were talking about that. That's the chanting of the holy name. So by the chanting, our spiritual body grows at once, very, very swiftly. So we don't even notice how, we develop some feelings towards Krishna. And spiritual body consists of those feelings, actually. Spiritual body is fully covered with different types of raga, different types of attraction. So all residents of spiritual world, they have, how to say, that like color is included in the glass. In that same way, they have that natural, spontaneous attraction towards the Lord. And it's unstoppable. It's floating like a river. Can you stop the river? Hardly possible. Can you stop the flow of honey from the upside down jar? Not possible. No, there's flows and flows and flows. If some insect on the way, an insect goes with the flow. You know, if there's some piece of wood, it goes with the flow. Oh yes, the mic will go. So everything will go. The trees will go. If there's a flood, right? The bridges will flow. The ferries will blow. Will go. What else? Levees, anything will go with the flow. So Krishna is saying then, fix your mind exclusively on my Shyama Sundara form, means wonderful Krishna, and offer your intelligence to me. Thus, upon leaving your body, you shall certainly come to reside with me. Of this, there is no doubt. Here we go. So many instructions of Krishna like this. Yeah, then he's giving more instruction how to practice them. O Dhananjaya, hero, winner of wealth, if you are unable to fix your mind steadily on me, then develop an eagerness to attain me by practice. So here Krishna gives a few stages. So first one is spontaneous. We call it Raganuga Bhakti. Spontaneous attraction, like the flow. But if we're not able to practice flow, it's not possible because we have so much attraction for anything, We can chant Hari Bol, but then football, some other side. Okay, so we say Hare Krishna, and oh, disco, okay, disco, right? So some other attraction. So that's why we have to practice abhyas. Abhyas means regulative practice, on regulative basis. Okay, you wake up early, as we do, we practice. You also wake up early, I know, most of you, I hope. Anyway, so, oh yeah, that's, let's say, highly recommended, let's say that. Okay, so then you practice on regulative basis. So we chant 16 rounds. Okay, this is like 1.5, 2 hours on beads. Then we sing and we offer something to the deities, and we read and we discuss so many things during the day, let's say in monasteries and in mats. So then through practice of abhyas or regulative practice, then you'll achieve me gradually. We're not professors right now, we're students, okay? So it takes time. Then second stage, if you're not able to engage in this practice, abhyas, then just devote yourself to the activities that are intrinsically related with me. For example, there's a temple, right? You can bring some apples. You can come and you can circumambulate the holy tulasi plant. You know tulasi? In every Indian family they worship. Because by performing activities such as hearing and chanting for my pleasure, you will certainly attain perfection. Yes, so along that, like, you can serve and simultaneously chant naturally. So then you'll create some attraction. If, however, you are not able to perform that abhyasa yoga, then take shelter of the yoga of offering your works to me, and with a controlled mind, renounce the results of your activities. This is called nishkam karma yoga. Dedicating the results of your activities without expectation of anything in exchange. So if you cannot do that, then just study something about me. Study, read. Then through reading, you will be inspired to offer some results of activities, and then you will be able to do some regulative practice, and then you will be able to one day become spontaneously attracted, which is very, very sweet. So our goal, dear friends, is just to bring the impressions we got from those great personalities who are highly spontaneously attracted to Krishna and whose devotion is so contagious that we became infected. But that transcendental affection is very, very sweet, and it's actually the reality of pure love. Pure love. So pure love is the true life of the soul. In this life, love is very corrupted. Means I love you means I love me so much that I exploit you in order to serve me, my interests. Very horrible. It is said that this material world is a corrupt, what's that? A reflection of spiritual world. If you can have something in material world, the origin is the spiritual world in its pure form. In its pure form. So Krishna was doing many pastimes, many games, plays. But people here, they try to imitate. They try to imitate Krishna. But the forms are quite abominable, right? So, but Krishna's pastimes are attractive for all. So he's attractive for everyone. That's why he's coming here to attract everyone as avatars. So, so many subjects were discussed, and at the end we'll practice bhakti a little bit together by singing Hare Krishna Mahamantra. You can sing at the end some nice melody, right? And before that, if you have any questions, we're very happy to accept, and we're accordingly inviting you to our small programs just nearby, within half an hour. Huh?
Groombridge.
Groombridge, yes, half an hour from here. And tomorrow, day after tomorrow, 6 o'clock, 4 o'clock, I'm sorry. And there's another class in a yoga, another only for the yoga teachers. Okay, so public programs at 4 o'clock tomorrow and day after tomorrow, 6th and 7th. And Yamuna will tell you where exactly. Yeah, she's our wonderful hostess. I'm very happy again to be in England and to be with you. And if any questions, I want to say one thing, like a conclusion. So we're very happy to have given you today very special information about our common home. This is the home. We'll go there sooner or later, right? Sooner or later. But we were very happy to have met those who are from there and who are established there forever and who will bring everyone there, but it depends on your desire when you want to go. We don't ask you, or if you're a vegetarian or not, we're not asking you, we're personal, personalist to impersonalist, doesn't matter, because that's the, what to say, the internal natural tendency of the soul, and we're just giving, how to say, humbly presenting that chance which is coming from their mercy, you know, those great personalities. And while going there, following their path, everybody will become very happy, and at the end everybody's heart will just melt in the ocean of spiritual bliss, which is called Bhakti Rasa. Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Thank you. Anyone has any questions, most welcome. I'm a bit jet lagged today, but I think it was more or less you could follow. But if anyone wants to ask anything, most welcome. Thank you. Okay, let us sing. We please sing on Kirtan. You can take the stand. Oh, you go forward. Yeah. So try to follow Hare Krishna Mahamantra right now. Yeah. And then after we have some special treat, some Mahaprasad from the best temples of India for you today. A little bit. You brought some? Something? No prasad? I have.
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shiva Sari Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Thank you so much. Any questions? Most welcome. Otherwise, questions may come after Mahaprasad.